Hello friends. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Seankbeauty, and today we are tackling a really great question, and I think it's going to be beneficial to all of us involved. And this question is coming from Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar? Brown Sugar. Shut your mouth. I love that name. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. Pulling it back. So Brown Sugar asked the question of knowing the order of skincare products that we should use while using a facial steamer at home. So what is the order in which you would use your skincare products when incorporating a skincare facial steamer? So if this is something you're interested in, just keep watching, because I'm going to talk about the benefits of a steamer, who's it for, who's it not for. I'm also going to talk about the order in which you want to use those products so that you can have this exquisite at-home spa treatment happening. So if this is something you're interested in, just keep watching. All right, so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And if you find this video helpful, definitely share it, Brown Sugar, with friends that probably want to do the same thing that you're doing, or anyone who wants to share the video. So in the winter months, we definitely want to take care of our skin. And this is from my last video. I'll leave the card right here. And this question, I thought, tied right in with that last video. So thank you, Brown Sugar, for your question. Really and seriously, a steamer is being misused on this platform. I am seeing folks using the steamer to take off makeup. So let's go all the way back to physics. Okay, when I was in physics class, and maybe you guys saw this experiment too, there was a loop, right? A metal loop, and there was a metal ball, and the ball was bigger than the loop. However, the test was to see how heat causes metals to expand. So what would happen is you would heat up the loop, and then it would get bigger, and the ball would fall through. So here's what's happening when you're using a steamer. The exact same thing. Think of the follicles on your face as that loop. And when you open it up, because you add heat, which is the steamer, you're making a portal of entry for products to come in, but you're also making a portal of exit for anything trapped underneath the skin to come out. So that's the first thing we need to understand when we're using a steamer. So that's a great benefit, right? Because we do want to get rid of anything that is trapped under the skin. So that's benefit number one about a steamer. Any sebum, any sort of oil or sweat that is trapped underneath the skin, using that steamer is going to pull it out. So let's move on to the next benefit. So the next benefit is really tying in with my last point. Creating that portal of entry makes the skin more receptive to absorbing your skincare products at the highest degree, right? So it increases the efficacy of the absorption rate of the products that you're using. So whether that's your serums, your masks, your vitamin C's, it's really going to get it underneath the skin's epidermal layer. So that's a really great benefit. The next benefit of using a facial steamer is the fact that it is bringing more circulation to the skin. Remember, I mentioned about oxygen treatments that are being used now to get rid of discoloration. When you dilate the blood vessels that happen when you're using a facial steamer, you're bringing more oxygen flow to the face. So that's really great for helping get rid of discoloration, giving you that healthy, glowing skin. So this next key benefit, everybody can attest to. I'm literally dealing with a breakout right here, just because it's that time of the month for me. So it's hormonal, right? So one of the things that a lot of folks will use a facial steamer for is to get rid of blackheads. And you can see from the picture here, blackheads happen when sebum, dirt, and oil get trapped underneath the skin, and then you have this raised skin that leaves this dry, hard plug. The problem with that is we have a propensity to want to scrape it off with our nails, and the abrasion that we're causing to the skin is causing the discoloration. So a lot of estheticians and dermatologists sometimes would use a steamer to soften up that plug, so the sloughing off of that outer dried layer is easily done, and anything underneath can come right out. So that's another key benefit with using a steamer as well. The next benefit is actually relaxation. It's a great way to de-stress, much like how you would go to a sauna and, go into the steam. Having the steam detoxify the body is literally what a steamer is doing to the face. It's getting rid of any toxins. Is this the only way to do it? No, you can use a charcoal mask as well. So let's talk about the last key benefit of using a steamer. One last key benefit is a lot of people would opt for using a facial steamer as opposed to using a mask. Just because they find more of the benefit with using a facial steamer as opposed to using masks. So I don't know how true it is. I've never proved it, but I would definitely say it does give you that healthy glowing skin because it is opening up the pores and it's allowing trapped dirt out. And on the other spectrum, it's allowing great products that you're using onto your skin in. So you should be using great products. So let's get into who it is not for. If you have rosacea, this is not the key technique for you. Because the blood vessels are dilating, it is bringing circulation to the face. And rosacea is really the redness to the skin. So using a steamer is just going to exacerbate that, right? Also, if you have dry skin, you want to seek a dermatologist before using a steamer because a steamer does control oil. It does get rid of excess oil. So if you're already with dry skin, it's because of the lack thereof, right? So this may not be the technique you want to go after. Okay, so everything is not for everybody. Now let's talk about what kind of water you want to use in your steamer, which I don't see a lot of people talking about, but one of the things you want to make sure that you're doing is using distilled water in your steamer. In the lab, we would use distilled water when doing experiments because it's free from metals. So if you're using tap water in your steamer, the metals that's in the tap water is literally going into your face. And that's because you've already created this portal of entry, like the ball experiment, where that you want to get out gets out, but also you're allowing substances in. So you want to make sure you're allowing in the right substances and not the wrong ones. So definitely you don't want to use tap water in your steamer, or even if you're doing a DIY, which I'll show you guys later on in the video. If you don't want to purchase a steamer and you still want to have that steaming experience that's going to relax you and detox your skin, I'll show you how to do it. So what I want to talk about next is how often should you use your steamer? So 5 minutes, no more 10 minutes, right? We don't want to go overboard with using steam on our face, just like they would tell you when you go into a sauna. It's a set period of time that you want to sit in the sauna and detox the skin. It's the same thing with using a steamer. 5 minutes once a week, that's all you need. Don't go more than 10 minutes. And that's that with getting that healthy, glowing skin. The order in which you want to use your steamer. So really getting into your question, brown sugar, the one thing you don't want to do is use your steamer, which I've seen people do on this platform, while cleansing the face. Because again, you've opened up that portal of entry and you want to get all the bad stuff out. So if you're cleaning your face while using a steamer, what you're doing is you're saying, oh, I'm rubbing in all the dirt, all the oil, all the sweat back into the skin, underneath the skin this time, right? So that's not the order in which you want to use your steamer. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that A, you're using distilled water in your steamer when you're using it. B, you're using it for 5 minutes once a week, and you're using it after you cleanse your face. So get off all of the excess that's sitting on top of the skin. Then you want to use your steamer to let anything that's trapped under the skin out. And then you want to go in and start using all of the really great products. In the winter time, brown sugar, and anybody else who wants to do this at home, I would suggest after you steam, you want to go into your serums, right? Your eye serums and your face serums. Then you want to go into your moisturizer and then your essence. Now, if you want to use masks and exfoliators, you can absolutely do that. But I would do your exfoliator and your masks right after steaming, and then go into your serums and your moisturizer and then your essence. Stay away from toners during the winter time. You can incorporate them in the spring. And if you're going to incorporate the toner brown sugar when it's springtime or summer, I would say put that toner right behind that exfoliator or that mask. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen area, and I have a pot of water boiling. And I'm going to show you, it's pretty hot. And you want to hold this at least a foot away from your face, not the pot. You can pour this into a bowl and just bring your clean face over the steam for about 5 minutes. No longer than 5 minutes. Sorry, I have to turn the stove off. No longer than 5 minutes. And you want to do this once a week. This is not something you want to do often, but just do it once a week. So again, your own DIY steamer, if you don't want to purchase one, you want to make sure that the water that you're using is purified distilled water. Distilled water means that it's free from metals and any sort of impurities that come through tap water. So hopefully this answers your question, Brown Sugar. Again, a really great question that all of us can benefit from. You want to do as many at-home or in-home facials as possible during the winter months, guys, to get that cell turnover. When you're not using the steamer, go ahead and use an exfoliator, get that cell turnover going. But it's not going to be as extreme as using a retinol. And you guys know I have a video here on retinol. Do not use retinol if you are below 50. It won't serve you well, okay? I have a video talking about there's a finite amount of time that cell division happens and turnover, and the compromising of adhesion and the proper functionality of the cells when you use retinoids early in the game. So you definitely don't want to do that. But I don't want to digress too much. Leave your questions down below. On Monday, Tamara, I will be talking about your physical versus chemical sunscreens. Is it beneficial? Should we be using them or not? The discussion continues. Here's the question for you guys, and I want to know what you think. Do you really feel that the sunscreen that we have in our skincare products is enough to protect us, whether it's in our foundation, our moisturizers, our eye creams? Do you feel like, sometimes it's in eye creams now, I don't know why, but do you feel like it's really enough of a concentration to protect your skin from sun damage? Leave your answers down below. I'm really curious to know that. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Tomorrow I will be doing another video. You will see me tomorrow. I'm actually going to do a makeup tutorial and a get ready with me as I get ready for a women's leadership conference. It is the Fearless Voice Conference. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely stick with me. Let me know if you'd like me to do my favorites video. I'd love to do one of those again, if you guys find that to be helpful. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Be good to yourself and kind to one another. Ciao for now.